Today is August 31st, 8-31, and our title is Super 3DX. Okay, let's get our books opened up here to the proper page. Looks like I've got one more spot down here I can put in 8-31, and here we go. We're going to go ahead and we're going to start with, we're going to be starting with a box on the bottom. So where we need to start down at the bottom part of your space, we've got two dots each side. Find the middle, go above, middle again, go below. You don't want these too wide, get them fairly close together. Connect your dots, and you should have a foreshortened square by the time you're done, which basically looks like a squash diamond. You're going to bring up on the left side, up on the right side. These should be equal in length, and straight up and down in the middle, and this should be longer than the other two. If you're not sure if that's long enough, just line up your 2 points here, and if this line comes above your pencil, it's absolutely long enough. Okay, this point to this point, line up your angle just how you have it here. Do that here. Same thing down here, just like you have this angle here, right here. Okay, so the easiest part right now is just making the box, and we're done with that, so we're just going to move on to the next part. Okay, so what we're going to do next is we're going to do kind of what we did earlier in the week. We're going to start at the corner right here, and we're going to go right to about here. Okay, let me move my hand right to about there. So I'm just taking and I'm going down like this. Okay, I'm going to come over a little bit, and I'm going to take from this point and go to the middle as well. Not the middle, excuse me, the corner. Okay, let me fix that. Looks like I'm off just a little bit. Okay, because we want these lines to be parallel. We don't really want them to match as we're moving over, so we want to try to make sure we get those as spaced evenly as we can. So I've got part of it here. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. I'm going to go up from the corner, up. Oops, let me fix that angle. To right about here. So take it up like this. Okay, next spot, come over a little bit. Take this up to the corner. Okay, so now at this point you can erase the inside of this X. Okay, so now what you should have is just this regular old X inside of this box. Okay, and I'm outlining it just so you can see it clearly. Okay, so right now you have that. At this point we need to pull back some of our angles. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to start with this point right here. Okay, what I'm going to do for that is I'm just going to bring that over to about halfway, or about the middle of this box right there. So just follow the angle of the box right there. Okay, so right to about this section. Then I'm going to follow this angle and I'm going to go corner to corner, kind of like an open book. And now I can erase this line right here. I don't need this anymore. Okay, so the next thing to do is to start at this point, and just like you're following this angle here, bring that back. And now you can erase this line. Let's go ahead and get rid of this and this as well, because we're done with that. And let's get rid of this side as well, because we don't need it either. Okay, the last two spots we'll need are here and here. So just like you're following this angle, follow it back, pull it back. And here as well. Go ahead and erase this line and this line. And then the last angle we're going to need is right here, because we can't just leave this open. So this is going to just come straight up and down, and it's going to stop right there. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is just to add our shading. So as we're adding our shading, we're going to be adding some shading in a few areas. We're going to be adding some here and here. So this is going to be just a light gray shading. Okay, when I do this, I like to give myself some space on the inside. Like I just work from the inside out. That way it's a little easier for me to make sure that I stay in the lines and I don't have to do extra work erasing things that I don't need. So I'm just going to nicely fill this in. Watch your edges. Okay, just a solid, simple gray shading. Okay, can go back over that now. Same thing down here. Okay, so like I said before, I just like to fill pretty much kind of the middle, then get to my edges and slow down a little bit. Okay, just like that. There's the shading there. We're going to do some, excuse me, we're going to do some on the inside here. And let's make that just a little bit darker right in the corner there to show that there's just a little bit of shadow in there. And we're going to do the same thing here on the bottom, just dark, then to more of like a medium gray as you're moving down through there. Okay, just like that. Okay, last two places you need to shade are on the bottom, and these are actually going to be like a really dark gray, like almost a solid black, right along the bottom. And there we have it. That should do it. So I'd like you to make one of these today. Please make sure that you watch those angles, line them up when you're making that box, okay? Watch which direction they're going. Each one should line up. So if you just take your pencil and you go boop, here, move it down, move it down. You shouldn't even have to tilt your pencil at all. It should just line up as you move it down. Okay, so check those angles. Also make sure you erase any lines or marks that you don't need. You need to have solid shading, a light gray or medium gray inside this area. In here, do more of a blended shading from dark to light, and in here as well. And then you need a complete solid shading on the bottom.